Okay, welcome back to the podcast. Today we're going to do something a little special. We're going to take you on a behind-the-scenes look at what it's like to run Acorn School.
And this might be one of our favorite topics because most people get to see a lot of our finished products, the curriculum, our classes, events, but a lot of people don't get to see the amazing team and effort it takes to make it. So here we go.
Today we want to highlight our team and talk about how we run things behind the curtain and share why building this team culture and our company values are so important.
I also feel a little rusty, but I think we'll warm up as we go.
It's fun to do this again.
Yes, we're super happy to be
here. This podcast is made by First Class
Web
Marketing.
Oh, yes.
We've got John here with us today.
Yes.
And also your lovely husband has let us
use this
equipment.
And then we're at a new location. This is Star's new house. Well,
yes.
Not new, but new to the podcast.
Yes, we missed the rock gym, but podcasting in the evenings was not doable, which is why we haven't been doing it for the last few months, is it just wasn't accommodating to our lives and what we were.
We've also been very busy
doing. Yeah.
which we're going to talk
about.
Yeah, and explain. Okay, so I think the first thing that we wanted to talk about and highlight is that, of course, Acorn School started off with just you and me, but that is no longer the case anymore. We have an incredible team of people that help us. And one of those people, I guess we'll start from probably the first person that you interact with, which is Merrilee. She's our admin manager, and she is amazing. If you've emailed with her or met her in class, she is perfect for this role. She just is so welcoming, but she handles all of our customer service emails, our rosters, if people want to switch classes, if people want to sign up for classes.
Wait lists,
holds. If you miss a payment.
Seems so simple. Or even discounts, quarterly payments.
Yeah. She manages all of that. So shout out, Merrilee. You really help us out.
Well, and this is why we wanted to do that because for me, I actually really like behind the scenes business stuff. It's one of the things I like about social media. It's one of the things that some of the first podcasts I ever listened to were companies that I liked, listening to them and talk about their company and behind the scenes. I just have personally, I've always found business and running a business super interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because I want to know how does it work really, though?
Yeah.
I'm always thinking that way. I see a business and on the front, it's that's a laundromat. Cute. But how does it work? What do they do? And how I've always thought that way. And so that this podcast, I feel would be really interesting for people like me. If you're not interested in that kind of thing, then you might still like it because it's Acorn School. But for me, that's why I wanted to do this. And what you just said about Merrilee and what we just talked about, her role might seem simple in theory. She manages rosters and emails. But the amount of
she does so much
little pieces that go into one single thing, which is managing that, is a lot. And she does a lot for us. And it's the stuff that you don't think about. You don't think you should see her rosters and her lists and all the things of managing. I mean, there's
and
probably 100 plus people.
Especially as we've grown, she's been, every time we grow a little bit, she has to take on more and just make sure that we're organized, because if it isn't working smoothly, then things could get missed, and it's just this whole process. But I'm sure we're not going to be the first person to refer to a business this way. But when I was trying to think about how we are going to talk about this on the podcast, I was oh yeah, Acorn School is this beautiful machine, and then there's all of these cogs and wheels that need to be turning on the inside for it to work as smoothly as it does. And each gear and each system is so important. No one is undervalued here. We appreciate and love all of our employees and team members because each one of them is really important.
Well, and that's so important to us as a business overall. And we'll talk about this later, but just like our business values and why we do the things we do is we want to provide a really good service to people.
Mm-hmm.
We want there to be customer service where you can email if you have an issue or if you want to switch classes, or, we want there to be a friendly person on the other side of that
Mm-hmm.
to handle all of it. So it's really important to us that things go really smoothly.
Yeah.
But most of us are homeschool moms that are home with our kids 24/7. And so that's also the interesting dynamic is Merrilee works for us, but she also is a mom who's pregnant, and she has two children, and she homeschools. And so, it's also juggling all the stuff she does for us and for her husband's business and staying home and doing all that. So for example, our customer service emails, she always gets back to them, but it might not be within
an hour.
She's got a lot of stuff going on.
So if there's ever a day or two gap responding to emails, it is, a mom behind the...
That's our norm, and that's okay because there's really nothing that's urgent about Acorn School. It's not the same as high pressure.
And she is watching them, so if there was an emergency or urgent, she of course would, be like, oh, well, that one probably needs my attention now. So.
Yeah. But that's one of the things that's really incredible about our whole team is pretty much everybody that works for us is within this homeschool community in some way, shape, or form. And so it's really a cool piece to it.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite parts about our job. So we have Merrilee, the admin extraordinaire. And then we have, of course, our marketing team, which is Star, John, and then John's wife, Katelyn. She takes all of our gorgeous photos. So if you're looking at our account and you're like, wow, that photo's incredible, Katelyn.
That was Katelyn.
That was definitely Katelyn.
John is here with us right now. He does a lot. Where do we start? So he's recording this with us.
Yes, where do we start with John?
He edits our videos. Yep. He does our email marketing. He, along with Jeremy, who we're about to talk about, helps with our website design and function. So there's just a ton of stuff behind the scenes, social media. He helped me make the post that went up today, just a bunch of stuff behind the scenes in the marketing department and arena, help set us up with Mighty Networks. Set up this YouTube channel.
Yep.
Set up, a lot of why we're even
all of
operating.
Our waivers.
I remember it's we should start a YouTube. And I'm like, I can't create an account. I don't know.
John, help us.
I can't create a YouTube account. I can make a YouTube video. Well, no, I can't even make a YouTube video. I can sit here and talk. And John does the rest.
John is definitely our how do we do that? Or we need someone to do that. John. Oh, John, can you help us with this?
He's back here smiling.
Yes, yeah. You can't see him, but he's there.
And then, yes, Katelyn, they are married. So it's actually really nice because
it's a nice little package.
Like Emilirose said, did the photos. And when we first met Katelyn, she came to one of our classes when we very first started Acorn School.
One of the OGs.
Yeah, and she's been on the podcast. So if you've watched this, But they both have. But I remember Jeremy was like, I'll do your website. And then he was talking to Katelyn at a class. Jeremy came to a class and I was like, she's a photographer. And, and then Jeremy and her, I wasn't going to ask. I just wouldn't have, because we had no money to pay a photographer to take photos.
We were like, she must be
and I looked at her website and was like, we can't afford her. That's fine.
Photos, money, did not.
So then Jeremy came up to me one day. He was like, yeah, I talked to that Katelyn mom. And she said she would take some photos for the website for me. And I was like, are you serious? For free? And so she offered so kindly don't ask her to take free photos. I'm just saying.
That's not what this is.
She was very kind and took free photos for us for the first time. And then over time, we kind of arranged what we have now going on. So it was just a really cool, natural thing. And when she took the pictures, I was like, oh,
I mean, these
are amazing. And she captures Acorn School really well. So, and then I do the social media. So, and I have since the very beginning. And so, I run the Facebook and the Instagram. If you're DMing somebody on Instagram, it's me. That doesn't mean you should send me a bunch of questions, though, about administrative things. I always send back email info@acornschool.enrichment.com.
Only because the admin stuff lives
don't
in
really-
Merrilee's head.
yeah.
Star and I are like, well, sometimes, people ask us questions,
questions
and
a
I'm
lot
like, I'm sorry.
that I'm like,
I understand we're owners, but we have people that help us.
well, and the thing is, I'll just have to go to Merrilee, ask her, and then she'll have to feed me the information. Then I feed you the information. Then ultimately, you're going to have to go back around and talk to her anyways if you want to
will.
sign up or do something.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't make sense to play that kind of tag. But I'm on social media, and that's been such a journey for me of learning how to create and grow a really beautiful, curated brand on social media. And I do think Instagram has really helped us create the brand that we have because we have had such beautiful photos, video. I've even had what would you call it? Social media consultant, teacher, coach.
Yeah.
She is wonderful, and she has helped me just learn the ins and outs of that. And that's been interesting. I mean, it's definitely a little exhausting.
Oh, yeah. I can't. Yeah.
But
I'm so
I feel like we've
happy.
grown to the point now where I don't have to be creating like constant content anymore. I do
Like in the
try to
beginning.
create creative content. That's like what I'm looking for mostly, is something that's going to be creative and interesting for the people that follow us. But then we also always have stuff like class announcements, just little previews of what we did that day or what the craft was that week or the curriculum. So like there's a lot of content that's just built in to Acorn School. But I also try to create, like, as often as I can, something that's interesting that might reach more people to our page.
Yeah. No, I'm so happy and appreciative that you've always had that role. And I give you so many flowers. You've done such a good job with it.
Well, that was also
so
our
great.
original agreement when we started Acorn School. I was like, you be the teacher, and I won't do anything, but I will do the marketing. I'll get all the people to
I was
come.
like, perfect.
And I was like, that was our initial agreement, and that's kind of continued to be the roles we've had. It's just grown quite a bit with a team that we're going to keep talking about. And so then we have Jeremy, who we've mentioned a few times already.
Yes.
But he is first class marketing, first class web. He has designed our website from the very beginning. That's also Merrilee's husband. So if you don't know that, once again, there's a lot of...
As you can tell, we get a lot of package.
There's a lot of people that are related. Or it's been really nice to do that too, because there's just good communication within everybody. Because honestly, we can tell Merrilee something and she can go, oh, I'll tell Jeremy to fix that on the website, whatever it might be.
Because John and Jeremy are partners now.
And now John and Jeremy work together. That was also a product of Acorn
I know.
School.
I feel like we're like the matchmakers.
We made a business.
Oh, look,
matchmaking.
John and Jeremy would work perfectly together.
So that worked out really well. They were introduced through coming to Acorn School. So they do our website and marketing. So if you like our website and marketing, hire them because they're really good.
Reach out to them. They're great. So yes, Jeremy's
he built
tech
our
wizard.
website.
Yep.
In the beginning, he built all our new pages. If there's a problem, if there's a coupon code, if there's something new that we need.
Yeah. And the website
and it's
back
crazy,
of the house
grows.
stuff. Oh my gosh. Like just to like get someone to pay with a credit card, there's all these. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm not even going to go into it.
The website is so complicated.
Justice.
And it grows so much. Like our first one had like 2 pages or something, and it was like,
we have so
we're
many.
Acorn School.
Yeah.
And now it's like there's so many different pages and things. And there's still like 5 things we want to add to it probably. Like it's not even done.
Uh-huh.
But Jeremy does all of that, and it is awesome.
Yep. And then, of course, we have our amazing teachers. So we have Miss Patty, who's our Spanish teacher. And we hired her like a month in. Like, And then
she was pretty much from the beginning.
Yeah, Miss Olivia as well is an incredible teacher. And she originally started off as my assistant, which was so helpful. And then she trained with me during that time. And then we really focused in on training her to be a teacher. And then now she's does that. So she's a full teacher. And then we have Miss Emily. who is our Charlotte Mason teacher, who we just announced is pregnant. So she'll be departing from our teacher team and going back to being an Acorn School mom.
But she'll be around. She's going to keep coming to classes, and we rent from her at the gym for Acorn School. So she's not leaving. She'll be around in many ways still within our team. So I'm glad about that.
And then our newest teacher, Miss Sophia, who does our toddler classes, is delightful. She's so sweet and perfect for the toddlers. The classes, amazing.
And she also, so Sophia has 2 roles within Acorn School. Well, kind of more than that. So she does teach 3, almost in November, she'll be teaching 3 toddler classes. So she'll be working 3 days a week in the mornings. And then she also helps me at home so that I can do the stuff that I do. So she comes over, and I usually am here still with my kids, but I might go sneak off upstairs or do something with social media. Or if I have a meeting that I need to go to with Emilirose, or say we need to meet with Mother Nature Farm, or we need to go to the gym, or we need to do something, Sophia's there to help me with my kids. And honestly, I would be so stressed. And I was so stressed before we hired her to do that. So we hired her to do that. How many months ago was that now? It's probably like 4 months ago, 5 months ago? Or was it longer?
I thought it was
7
February.
months? February
Or March.
So it's August, so like 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. It has been a game changer.
So impactful. It's been so helpful.
Because I was doing everything without her before that. And so it was always like, if I had to do anything without my kids, which there's not a lot. Honestly, that's part of our values at Acorn Schools. There's really not a lot that I, as a business owner, even have to do without my kids. It's just like, it's easier and better for everybody sometimes if like they're not back here needing stuff the whole time from me, and there's somebody that can actually just meet their needs when I'm busy. So it ended up being something that was really good for them. Like currently right now, they're at a trampoline park with Sophia. Like, lucky them.
So thanks, Sophia.
So I did want to mention that. She's really become such a sweet part of our family, and we really love her. And my kids adore Sophia. They just like couldn't get enough of Sophia. So we're really grateful that she has, and some of you guys knows, I mean, there's like a lot of history in some of these relationships too. Like Sophia's not this random person that we just like found off the street and brought her into our house. I've known Sophia for 8 years or something. Like I've known her for a really long time.
Now say how long you've known Olivia.
I've known Olivia since she was 2.
Yeah.
So she'll be 20 next week.
Yes.
I've known Olivia for 18 years.
Yeah.
And so these aren't people that, like I said, that...
And then you met Miss Patty.
Well, not off the street. I met her at jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
So some people we've met like since Acorn School started.
And then Emily was one of our OG.
One of our first... She came to the first class.
First class. Yeah.
I actually remember her email before she ever even came to the class.
Nice.
So
fun.
So anyways... And then
I do sometimes teach still. Not as much as when we first start, but I'm currently teaching the phonics class just because I have to figure out the curriculum for that. And I always like to teach it first.
When we're starting a new class, we've found it's been really great to have Emilirose be the teacher to start a new class until she can turn it over so we can get the flow right. Her and I work really well together in like designing the class, and then she takes on like how the class is going to flow, a lot of the curriculum stuff and what's going to happen. And then she's able to then turn that over and train another teacher how to do it. But it would be much harder to just like throw a teacher into a class that hasn't been established already by you. And so that's kind of nice that that's happened each time. I guess this upcoming class will be the first one that we don't do that with.
But even still, I did it with Sophia. She
That's
trained
true.
with Olivia in the 4 to 7-year-old class, and I also was there to support her and like point out things that she needed to be paying attention to. And then when she started her toddler class, I was there for like 2 months, like every class, helping her, making sure that I was answering her questions, or if something, needed to be talked about, then I was around or I could provide support. So I'll probably do the same thing for...
As you can tell, we just like really care about the product that we offer and the service that we give. It's not something that we just pull a teenager off the street and throw them in a class willy-nilly with a bunch of kids and give them a print, here, teach them this. That is not at all the way we do things. We care so much about how it feels, what the flow is like, that it's not rushed, that it's not, that people are getting their needs met. And obviously things come up. There's no way to be perfect, but
we always try to make adjustments.
As soon as there's an issue, we make an adjustment in the best way that we can. So it's a big deal to us that we're providing really top quality classes every time somebody comes to a class. We want to deliver every week. There's no, oh, that was a bad class. And you know what I've really realized I'm proud of us for? We have never canceled a class.
Oh my gosh.
In almost 2 years.
That's actually so true. What? No,
you're right. We've never canceled.
We've
always figured it out. Even when we got kicked out of our location.
Oh, that was horrifying.
We had to find a whole new location in the next
I'm getting
day.
PTSD.
Literally overnight.
So
her and I were late at night prancing around parks with my kids,
oh my god, this one has too much water. This one doesn't
they're gonna fall off of that
trees.
Yeah. Oh, there's no shade here. We were just freaking out. Obviously, it got resolved, but I think that that's really important. Is that we really care about every time that things go well, and if there is a problem,
we take it very seriously.
We try to fix it. So
those are our teachers. Love them all. And then next would be our curriculum team, which is a lot of people. So
you would be surprised at how much goes into the curriculum.
The curriculum.
I hope you use it.
Such a gem. It's a beautiful gem that has been angled and shaped and molded by many hands. And
mostly
we adore
Katie.
them all. Yes, mostly Katie.
Katie and Olivia.
Yeah, Katie and Olivia.
Shout out.
Yes, shout out to both of them. Katie, when you see the curriculum and you go, oh my God.
Gasp.
Yeah, you will gasp. The first time upon looking at our curriculum, if you don't gasp, I'm going to assume maybe you're blind a little bit.
Because Katie's colorblind.
Maybe a little colorblind. It's fine. It's all right. It's fine. But Katie's work is so beautiful. And I almost want to whisper it because it's just so good. Katie, I can't get enough
so this
of it.
Is
every month. I'm
Instagram is Whole Childhood Collective, and then her other Instagram is the Wholeness Home. I think. I hope I'm saying. We'll tag everybody, and all their businesses and everything, because a lot of people have their own businesses too that work for us. So it's just this huge collaboration of a lot of entrepreneurs and homeschool parents.
Yeah,
it's pretty amazing. So we'll tag her, but she has created beautiful, beautiful, beautiful curriculum. And so we are working with her still, and it's amazing. And we're so grateful. And then Miss Olivia for that curriculum writes the one-of-a-kind amazing stories and poems and songs, which is what is really unique, I think, about our curriculum, other than the beauty of it and the other context. But not every curriculum that you get about earth science or moons or whatever it is going to have this unique magical story and a poem and things like that integrate beauty into what you're learning, because I think that's so important for kids. And we've done a video about our curriculum too, if you want to check that out on our YouTube channel. But it's one of the things I really love about Acorn School is we are trying to incorporate magic and beauty and wonder and excitement and storytelling into everything that we do. So the curriculum has that, and Miss Olivia does an amazing job. And she also, we didn't mention this with the teachers, Miss Olivia also writes our monthly songs.
Oh, yes. And sings them. And has instruments. She's so talented.
She's our most musically talented teacher.
Yeah.
Not that our teachers aren't talented in so many ways, but she's the musician. So she does that also, which is really amazing. And so the curriculum then, Patty takes the stories. So let's just walk through the process real quick.
Are we going to go ahead and do the curriculum?
Let's do the curriculum process. Let's just walk through
We're going to
go
off the scale and we're just going to go right into the curriculum.
Because Oh, I see. Yeah, that's not where we were. That's okay.
But we're already talking
We're
about
gonna
it,
talk
so
about
we're
it.
going to do it. Yeah.
So the process starts with Emilirose and I start to come up with the themes for the next months. So we think about the months, we think of things we haven't done, what the season is,
what the festival
might be, what we want to talk about. We really try to keep true to the season, but sometimes there's something that's not necessarily seasonal, but
sometimes
it might
we're
go
just like,
with
that
it.
sounds cool.
Or it's just an interesting
yeah.
topic, like mythical creatures in
yeah.
September. That might seem random, but September is Michaelmas, which is a story about a dragon. And so that's our festival, is the Michaelmas festival. So we did a mythical creatures curriculum within that month. And the process is Emilirose and I start to come up with those ideas. And then we pass on, once we've decided, those ideas to Olivia.
Yep. And she writes the stories.
She writes the stories and the poems.
And the songs.
And then
we also tell Katie, who can start working on the designs.
Yes. And then Patty gets the stories from Olivia.
Yep.
And she picks out Spanish vocabulary from the stories so that we make sure it's correct, obviously. And so she picks out different words from Olivia's stories and tells us the Spanish translations for those.
To make the Spanish flashcards.
And then that all gets sent to Katie. And Katie takes all of that amazing content, and then she not only designs how it looks, but she adds in like curriculum. So if it's something about mythical creatures, she'll then go and pull like mythical creature folklore or ancient history about something. She'll create an activity.
Oh, book recommendations.
She creates book recommendations. She does a craft recommendation. She builds out the curriculum to like really give it depth, and then she designs the art. So it's amazing. Like we said, everything she does is amazing, and we're so grateful. And then from her, once she creates that, she sends it to us, and then John,
aka John,
gets a hold of it.
And
John turns it into a PDF, and then you or I, one of us, sends it to the printer, because we have a print option. We don't have a print option just for like anybody, but for our members, if you want a printed copy of the curriculum,
you have a subscription.
You can have a subscription to that. And so we send it off to the printers. We have to send it off within a few weeks because the printer isn't here. It's another homeschool mom that lives in Utah that
she's very cool.
Prints our curriculum. She's very nice. And so every month we send it to her.
She doesn't just print them. She also rounds the corners.
And hole punches them.
Oh, yeah, and hole punches them.
And she is great because, again, we love supporting other homeschoolers. We love supporting small businesses within our business. That's really a priority to us. And so we picked her. And she also had great pricing. So if you have curriculum that you want to print, we'll tag her.
Great.
But she prints our curriculum. She ships them back to us, usually like overnight or 2-day because we need it in time for class. And then in the meantime, I go and I print the curriculum myself on beautiful watercolor paper. She prints it on regular paper. I'm not sure what kind of paper it is.
On just like regular printer paper.
Because it's just, watercolor, I mean, you don't even want to know the process of printing it on watercolor paper.
It seems so like, oh yeah, I just print on watercolor paper. No.
The whole process probably takes 8 to 10 hours.
Yeah.
Just so that there's a gnat on my microphone. Just so that
it likes you.
Then we can have Katelyn come over and take beautiful pictures of the beautiful watercolor printed curriculum.
Worth it, but
it does. The pictures are beautiful, and it wouldn't print the same. If we just used regular paper, it wouldn't look as good for pictures. It curls. So it is worth it, but it's a lot of work that like nobody even considers. Like, who would even consider?
Yeah, why would you think that?
Why would you think about that? Why would you think that Star spends 8 hours of her life?
Yeah. So if you see it on Instagram, Star like doing this cute video of her like cutting paper, she's secretly crying on the inside, okay?
I'm actually resenting.
She's thinking about how can she destroy this whole process.
No, actually, we are going to try to find a different solution.
We're going to
try to outsource that process.
Yeah.
So we'll, if you know somebody. No, I think John knows somebody. We'll see. But it's a whole thing. So then once I do that, then Katelyn takes the pictures.
Yeah.
Then it's still not over. Me and Katelyn also stage the pictures to make them look beautiful.
Yes.
And then Katelyn has
Very
to
talented.
go edit the photos, edit them, resize them to fit correctly on the website. And then she now uploads them on the website, I believe. I don't think Jeremy or John updates them on the website.
New information. John does that as well.
John puts them onto the website, and then they have to add the curriculum to the website too, like on the back end, so that it's there when you purchase it.
And then while that's happening, Sophia's packing the curriculum that she got from the print lady.
Yes,
into cute little little cellophane
people.
bags.
And then John also creates like a marketing scheme or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't even know, like a
marketing
text, email
plan
to like announce that the curriculum is live. I usually do some kind of Instagram video or post, or I post the pictures. I do something to announce that the curriculum is live.
And then our members get the free
digital downloads. So like if you don't pay for the print subscription if you're a member, you have it still, and you can download, you can print it yourself.
Jeremy might do that. John does that too.
John
does that as well.
Puts it in the downloads. Puts it in the download section.
So when you see it in there, it was John.
That's been one of the things lately I've been thinking a lot about.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes of our business, like it's just stuff that like nobody. Oh, that's Matt. I was like,
my husband.
Here? Emilyrose's husband is working back there.
He's hiding in the kitchen.
It's a family business. But it's just stuff you don't think about. Like nobody considers.
But you shouldn't have to, though.
You shouldn't have to.
Yeah, you don't have to.
We want it to appear magical.
The fact that it looks easy means we have done our job so well. So if you ever like look at us and you're like, ugh, this is so wonderful. This is so easy.
What a simple job
What a simple job. Good. Good. I'm so proud of us. That's awesome. I'm so glad that you actually think that way, because that means that we have worked so hard to make it look effortlessly beautiful.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not complaining really saying all of this. It's just more of like things nobody thinks about.
We chose to do it.
We want to do it, but it's just nobody considers it. Nobody's thinking like, I wonder that there's 10 steps and 25 people that it takes to make this curriculum.
It's funny, too. It's like, oh, well, this took 20 steps.
It took us about 6 months to create that process, too.
Yes.
That was hard.
Another reason why we wanted to talk about it, because we're so proud of not only the processes of our business, but the people who like help us execute them. We're just extremely proud. If I had to like pick a word, proud, grateful, everybody's just so wonderful. Like, we just want people to understand that, of course, Star and I are the owners, but Acorn School is so much more than just us. Mm-hmm. There's all of these wonderful people that make a huge difference in making it.
And it's a funny thing. Like, this is some of the stuff I get asked a lot, because like Emilyrose's role is really like clear. She's the teacher. She trains the teachers. My role is clear. Like, I'm marketing and social media, but sometimes people are like, well, what do you do for Acorn School? Like, what's your job?
All right.
And that's what makes me laugh is like,
it's just funny.
It's stuff like this, like creating that whole flow. Like, of course, Emilirose does, we do it together, but having each other to bounce everything off of and troubleshoot and create systems and manage. People don't realize like, yeah, so-and-so does the marketing and so-and-so does the admin and so-and-so does this. But you and I are
Star
managing all of this so that it happens.
We're pretty perfect for each other.
Yeah.
If I were to say a word, and she might find this mildly a weird way to phrase it, but I always consider us to be like business partner, like soulmates, because we just complement each other so damn well. Like, all of my weaknesses, which I have quite a few, she excels at them.
And I have no weaknesses.
She has no weaknesses, but I still offer a lot.
I could basically do this all by myself.
Oh, we're not being humble. Great. Maybe I should have not been humble.
I'm just kidding. No. I don't mean that in any way. Emilirose does a lot. But it's nice to have each other.
Yeah.
And I think that's the point, is like people kind of look at, like, I do have monthly roles, like I design the crafts or I help the curriculum.
But it's easy because when you're at Acorn School, you're a mom. You're literally being a mom.
When I'm there, I'm literally like,
She's momming.
Might not know anything that happened in the class that day. I might be sitting there talking to my friend. I might be hanging out with my kids. So people are like, what do you do
She's not
here?
on the clock when she's at class.
No, when I'm at class, like that's why we created it.
Yeah.
So that literally I could
It's
go
my time to shine.
and be there with my kids.
Yeah.
But behind the scenes, there's so much stuff I do.
Star holds my hand a lot.
There's so much stuff that I do. Sometimes I have to also reel you in, calm you down.
Yes.
About
like
certain
I said,
situations.
and then Star is really
And she
great
has to
thinking
do
of
the same thing
ideas.
for me.
But I organize
I'm also a
heck out of our
manifester.
business.
She organizes everything. I manifest things, and then she makes sure that they work. Like, I'm like, I wish we could meet at Mother Nature Farm.
And then I'm like,
And
okay,
then I,
great.
like-
let me just get all these things organized. And then I'm like, make all these lists and make all these like pages, and so that everybody's on the same page.
Yes, she does all of that.
Frantically.
And then I'm like, hey, Mother Nature Farm, can we meet here? And blah, blah, blah. And I like set the connection and get the ball rolling. And then
Which
she
is
like,
so nice because talking to other people sometimes is.
yes, I'm a
little
networker.
introverted. Yeah.
But I feel like sometimes I feel that way. Like people think, well, what do you even do?
A lot.
And I'm just like, I don't even know how to say it.
It's
I don't
hard,
even
yeah.
know how to say what I do. Like, I don't know a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it is. It's hard to like, that question is so hard. I feel like for us, because when somebody asks us that question, I have to be like, do you want like the 2-second answer?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I do a lot of things.
Is that real? That people are like,
Or
should
do you
I
want
tell
me to
you, or
launch
should I?
into basically this podcast of all the like weird nitty
Well, we're
gritty?
doing it.
Like, yeah.
That's why we did this podcast. In case anybody wanted to know why we're doing this podcast. It
Yeah.
sometimes feels like we just want people to know everything that goes on behind the scenes, just so that people can.
We just want to share. We do a lot, and we just want to share with you.
And I'm going to go out of order again. We're creating a course so that people can start their own Acorn schools.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
Sorry, I'm going
me
out of
just-
order.
Throw my beautifully organized script. It's by Star's just going to take it where she wants.
Sorry,
Just
Emilirose.
kidding.
We'll go back to this in
It's
1
literally
second.
fine.
I just have a plug
Ugh.
that we're creating this course, and which has us thinking so much about behind the scenes, because we're creating a course literally so people
Yes.
can make this and do this themselves, which has had us so highly honed in on the processes of what we're doing and how we're doing them and why we do them the way that we do
It's
and how
hard
to explain
info
what we
dump
do.
all of the things that are in our brain, because now that we've almost been almost
2
our
years.
2-year anniversary,
Mhm.
like there's so many things that Star and I have now, like it's like second nature, but it wasn't second nature in the beginning. And so we have to try to like
Figure
think
it out.
about like, oh my gosh, like what do people need to be able to get to where we are to like help them? And so we have to really analyze all the things that we've done, are currently doing.
Which is kind of why we wanted to do this podcast, because it's just been on our minds so much since we started creating that course. It's just constantly on our minds, like
we're
why
super
we do what
excited
we
for.
do and what our values are as a company. And so we're so excited for that to come out. And we can talk more about that later. I just wanted to say that that's kind of the motivation of talking about this stuff
Mhm.
is we've just been thinking about it a lot. It's been
Yeah.
on our mind, and we haven't podcasted in a while. And we're like, what a perfect intro back podcast to
Yeah.
go, here's what we've been doing.
Since we haven't been podcasting, we've been doing all these things all the
Mhm.
time. Yeah.
So the last thing we want to talk about on this podcast is just really what our business values are. I think we make it really clear in our branding and marketing and in our classes what our class values are, what's important to us when you come to Acorn School as not an employee, as a customer, your experience and what we value in classes. But that really does carry through to the way we do things as a business and the way we run our business. And it's really important to us. So I kind of wanted to talk about what our core business values are and just how we incorporate that kind of in our day-to-day and big picture. Stupid gnat. So to start, I mean, I think it's really clear that our first core value as a business is holistic education and nature. So I think that that's really important to us to go at the pace of what's realistic for children, for humans, for
And why we're
employees.
inspired by Charlotte Mason and Waldorf, because they also hold those values to be important. So
Yeah. So holistic child development, nature, rhythms, seasons. I would say we even do that within our employees and our work. Like we really try to front load things for the holidays. We really try to
We
know
even
like
build in buffer weeks where teachers get a week off.
yeah,
And
to
our
meet the needs.
employees
All
just
of our
kind of,
teachers work essentially part-time also because they are homeschooling parents, most of them. So they work 1 day a week or 2 days a week with us. It's not a business where it's a grind.
yeah.
We don't want it to be a grind for our people. We want it to be just really natural within the rhythms of being a human. And so that's really important to us. Like even things like seasons of like having babies and teachers having babies and owners having babies and things like that. We really try to build in that. And that goes into our next core value, that the rhythm of the natural seasons of life and family. So I would say our next core values are family and community. I would say family, if you could take anything at Acorn School, is the most important value we have is family.
Yeah.
That is, everything is based around that from top to bottom. I think about like,
Well, it's one of the main reasons why we didn't want to be a drop-off program. Like,
exactly.
we value family and the structure of your family and the way you have your family.
Being together
Being
with your
together.
family,
Yeah.
a place where 2-year-olds and 10-year-olds can go together. You know, a baby can come with their 5-year-old, not
then
a
also
place
the
where
parents
it's separated.
Are there, so it's not a random teacher that's instilling how your child should be doing things or handling situations. You're there to instill that yourself based off of your family values.
Well, and this also applies to our employees as well. So for me, as one of the owners, like my kids and my family come first way before this business. You know, this goes away, like that's fine. I'm never going to sacrifice what's most important to me, which is my family and time with my family for simply, you know, a job or money or something like that. So we've set that up for me. But one of the things I think is cool is that most of our families, people that have kids, they work either from home with their kids, or if a teacher has a child, that child is in the class with their mom. So it's not a place where like the teacher drops their kid off somewhere else and then comes to class and teaches other children. That teacher is teaching their child along with the other children in the class. And that's always been a priority to me. Like, I'm not going to hire a teacher that has an 18-month-old because that 18-month-old can't be with their mom and have their mom actually teach a class well, you know? And it's different if it was a co-op or something that wasn't this like paid for structured organization. But that's just an important value to me, is that, you know, you can be with your children when you're working for us. I don't want this to be a job where you have to go away from your kids to work for us.
Yeah.
And same for me. I don't want to be away from my kids working. And like I said earlier, we have Sophia, but that's just like few and far between when I actually am away from my kids to do that. And it really works for us. But also, we have community within our employees. Like, it's really important to us. Like, we plan dinners, we plan parties,
Teachers, we meet once a month and have like a little teacher meeting, but it's always really fun to just like hang out and just
she
talk
always
about
buys everybody coffee. And, you know, we really try to make it an environment where people want to be, and somewhere people like to come to as employees, that they feel that they have community within their job, where they get to work with people that they like. And I feel like I hear that from our teachers all the time. It's like, I can't believe like this is who I work with. And I've heard somebody say, like, one of our newer teachers was like, their family was asking them about their job, or like, well, how are your how are your other employees or coworkers? And she's like, they're really great. Like, it's weird, you know, like everybody is great and fun to work with and has a good attitude. And I think that's because
Acorn School doesn't have that one coworker that you're like, oh, that you get at
or
a regular
the 5.
job. No, we
That was
quite
my old
literally
job.
all work with you, like unicorns, magical
Yeah.
people that are just so
But I
fun.
think it's because people share the same values.
Yeah.
I think that that's why it works so well, is everybody shares that same value of family and community and holistic learning. So that's another really important thing to me. And the other thing that we do to help support our community is we really focus on supporting small businesses within our community when we work with people. So we already mentioned a lot of them, but there's First Class Marketing. And then there's Katie from the Whole Child Collective. And then there's Katelyn as our photographer. And then we have the printing company that's a homeschool mom out of Utah. And then
we have our locations. So we have Mother Nature
Farms, which is a local business here in Gilbert, run by a really sweet family that we've gotten to know a little bit since working with them, and they're super amazing.
Oh, yeah. And then the gym.
Climax Rock Gym, which is Emily O'Brien and her husband, Sean O'Brien. Shout out to Climax. You guys are awesome. We are so grateful to use you. And it's important to us to support these other small businesses. Like Patty, she used to have a bakery. She doesn't run it anymore. She does do custom orders for donuts.
Her donuts are
They are the best. Good. We always buy them for all of our festivals.
Oh,
We're always like, Patty.
I actually just put in our order yesterday for next month's
for the festival. So, we really do our best to not only like hire local homeschool families and moms and people within our community, but support businesses within our community, shout out businesses within our community. I'm always like networking within our, and we've also worked with other people just like in smaller fashions within our, members and stuff at Acorn School. So that's just really important to us. Like that is definitely a core value as our business is. And we want to make sure everybody feels that they are being, so this goes into the next, the next core value. So like our next core values, we would say is like integrity and dignity of work. So integrity is really important to us and responsibility within what we do because we value family so much. So we never want somebody to feel like they're ripped away from spending time with their family, that they're not making enough money to support their family, that they're giving more than they're receiving from being a part of our business. Obviously, you're going to give and you're going to receive. It's not like we would, keep somebody on if they don't do anything just because we're, I don't know, nice or something. But like, my point is that we never want somebody to feel taken advantage of by us and our business.
We want them to feel very taken care of because we value them so much because they're such an important part of our business and getting us where we are. So we want them to feel loved and taken care of.
And we do that, like I said, through different things within the community. And like, you're so sweet. Like Emilirose knows everybody's birthday and she gets them like flowers or a gift card or,
and then we have John and Jeremy who flowers probably wouldn't hit well. So I usually do like a card or like a gift card just to make them feel special.
Something nice. And we pay our renters year round.
Oh,
so
yes.
that's also something.
2 rents.
We do pay 2 rents every month.
Yep.
We pay less, obviously, in the months that we're not physically attending somewhere. But for example, Mother Nature Farm, we donate to their animal sanctuary all year round as a part of we want them to know we value them. Yeah. We want them to know that we appreciate it.
And oh my gosh, they're so
we love the animals there. We love them. I would never want somebody to work with us feel like we're getting such a good deal. Yeah, we're getting, it always doesn't sit right. And I always feel like me and you talk about that every time we're kind of like negotiating or, making a deal with somebody is trying to figure out like how do they feel. And we also don't want to be taken advantage of. So we make sure that we don't feel taken advantage of either, that we're giving more than we should be.
Always a lot of consideration.
So that's just important to us. And we pay rent year round to both locations and companies. We pay living wages to all of our employees.
We're so proud of that.
Yeah, we're really proud of it. Exceed.
Yeah, so we always meet or exceed the ILO framework for a living wage, which is from the International Labor Organization. And we take it really seriously because we just love everyone that we work with. So,
and in layman's
hourly
terms,
living.
if you didn't know what
Oh, yeah.
living wage was, because I didn't know like that term, it's like the opposite of minimum wage.
Yeah,
So
the
to
opposite.
make minimum wage is, and
Is
obviously
the minimum,
it's
but
the minimum you can pay somebody. And a lot of companies, that's their goal in order to make top dollar, right? Is to pay people at the lowest they can pay somebody to get the most out of somebody so that they can make the most profit. And that just doesn't meet our values. So it's not that we don't want to make money, you know, like making money is great or having money is great. I don't see it as that's negative. But my point is I think it's so respectful to treat people that you value them. And paying a living wage means that this is considered, like she said, where somebody is able to live off of your income. And like I said earlier, it's not like we're pulling off a teenager off the street to go, hey, let me pay you $15 an hour so you can watch these kids while this class goes on. You know, we really value the time teachers and employees spend in class and outside of class. Our teachers do things outside of class that we pay them for. And we always are really thoughtful of that. We thought another person we have hired is Patty's husband, who is an artist. So we've commissioned him a few times to do art for us.
If you've seen pictures or if you're in our classes, the classroom with the gorgeous watercolor-looking walls, Patty and her husband painted that by hand.
It's amazing.
It's stunning.
The one area that I wish we were able to do more of that in, that maybe we'll be able to get some brand partnerships in the future or something, is like our supplies. We do buy high quality supplies, but we buy them usually from like Amazon or, you know, a big company where we're getting the free shipping and, you know, getting them as quick as possible. So that is something that over time, it would be cool to build out, that we have like a company that sends us our paintbrushes and our paint and, you know, things like that. That is more of a small business. You know, most like Stockmar sells their stuff to Amazon and then like, so they still get the money, but it'd be nice to cut out Amazon one day, but we could dream. So that is one area that we don't, I would say, like support necessarily a small business. We do some of the supplies we buy from Etsy and from different small businesses. That's not true. It's just like our day-to-day stuff sometimes. It's just like we got to get it by Tuesday.
I have to put a plug in for our phonics class puppets. I found this lady on Etsy who handmade these finger puppets for our phonics class, and they're so cute.
Yes.
Star will have to maybe, when we have phonics on Thursday, she'll have to take a little video, but they're like the cutest thing, and she hand makes those, and we purchase them, and I'm so excited to have them. So that's not true.
We do buy a lot of our supplies in those situations. That's actually not true. It's just more our day-to-day, like ordering paper, ordering, you know, extra sponges and, you know, stuff like that. We order from Amazon, but because there's a couple of other small businesses we've like got our beeswax from or got different things. I would say probably our last core value is that we're always trying to add value and improve the services that we offer. So if there's a way for us to improve our classes, improve the environment, improve something that we're doing that's really feasible and attainable, we will do it. You know, it's so important.
Yeah, and you know, we are only coming up on our 2-year anniversary, so we really love taking experiences and next time being like, how can we make this better? So last year when we were at the gym, you know, the rock climbing was a fun feature, but moms and dads and parents had to belay their children, so they had to learn how to like do it, which was like fine if you're interested in that. But this year
it was hard though for us with babies. So if you had little ones as a mom, it was really hard to belay your older kids because you're chasing your toddler around.
Yeah. And we got great feedback from that. And so this year we were like, cool, we're gonna fix that. We're gonna make that better. So right off the bat, we had Emily and Sean, her husband, hire belayers for us
to the classes.
They come every class.
So we pay 2 more people.
Yeah, we pay. Yeah, so they're
a
also
living wage.
side Acorn School / Climax.
Well,
employees.
We pay Climax for them, but they're employees.
Yes,
Climax, technically.
Yeah, they're they're grandfathered into the team. But they're amazing. So they come to every class and they belay our members' children if they want to climb on the walls. walls, and the kids have loved it. The parents have loved it because they just get to watch their kid, try to climb up the walls, and it's just such a cool experience. So that's been a huge thing that's been awesome this time around that we've been at the gym are the belayers. And then also learned from last year that, it is a rock gym and lots of baby proofing needed to be done. And Sean, Emily's husband, crushed it. We gave him all these little things that we were like, no to that. That might need to be covered or blocked off.
Fix this, fix that.
Fix that. And
it was really great.
Yeah, he did great. He added great baby gates and made it a lot safer. And it's
We mounted
awesome.
some fans last week to
Oh,
the
yeah,
classroom.
it was too hot. Totally understandable. When we're baking, it gets toasty, roasty up in there. And so Sean, again, added in these fans, and it's made a huge difference. So that's been great. So Star and I really do try to take constructive criticism, feedback, and we always are trying to make it better because we want it to be better and comfortable. So thank you so much for listening, watching both. We're so happy to be back. We do plan to do this at least once a month, if not twice a month. So keep an eye out for that. And yeah, thanks for joining us along the ride of us explaining all the behind the scenes and nitty gritty.
We're really excited to be back doing this. And if you have any suggestions, podcast episodes you want us to talk about, comment on the YouTube video or send us an email, shoot me a DM on Instagram. We would love to hear from you. Things that you found interesting or you want to know more about.